everyone, welcome to this week's wildlife vlog. I started my week out at beautiful Huntley Meadows. As usual, a predator was patrolling the marshes, gliding on stilted legs like those Martian robots in War of the Worlds. I am of course talking about the great blue heron. I was mesmerized watching this bird stalk its way through the marshland, raining terror on goldfish, which it should be noted are an invasive species, so it's alright. It really is a striking bird. Much less glamorous, I spotted this group of fish crows in a Walmart parking lot. Interestingly, a group of crows is called a murder. Speaking of murder, I came across this sad sight as I was walking along the Potomac River. A bike path is a dangerous place, as this smooth green snake discovered. This little guy was run over by a bicycle as it tried to cross the sidewalk. Slight movement shows that it's still alive, but in its paralyzed state, it's quite vulnerable to voracious, marauding ants. I wanted to move it to the side of the road, but it's dangerous to move any animal with a spinal injury. You might just end up doing more damage. In the end, there was nothing I could do. To lighten the mood, how about some bug sex? I came across these two grasshoppers copulating in the grass. If I had to guess, I would say that the smaller green one is probably the male. In their conjoined state, these lovers are a bit ungainly, but when they need to escape from predators, they can. Everyone feel better? Good. Then let's look at something interesting. If I had to guess, this macabre tableau, this sculpture of insect armor, is the result of an insectivore, an animal that, among other things, loves to eat insects. It's mildly perverse watching these flies, which are insects themselves, feed on the remains of other insects, like a more twisted version of cannibalism. Other animal feces is harder to identify. Do the lack of bones, fur, and exoskeletal parts mean that this is the result of a herbivore? I'm not quite sure. This fellow certainly doesn't seem to mind, nor does this army of ants. Of course, I stopped filming once these poop-covered ants started investigating my camera. But even in the most disgusting places, you can find a glimmer of beauty. Take this rhizobus mold stretching forth from this rotting strawberry, spores congealing at its tips. These structures are actually analogous to the mushrooms you and I see every day. It just goes to show that flowers aren't the only beauty that blooms. Alright, that's about it for this week. If you want to see more cool nature videos, check out my YouTube channel, or check out my Instagram to see cool wildlife pictures. That's about it. See you guys next week.